As part of Operation Greenlight, 13 on Your Side is highlighting our local service veterans and the sacrifices they have made to keep our country safe. During this initiative, you may have seen homes or businesses lit up with green lights to show support for veterans. We're also highlighting important resources for veterans who may be in a tough spot or in need of help. We're working with the Kent County Veteran Services Office to shine a light on those important resources that in many cases veterans don't even know they have available to them.
Coming home after serving is often a lonely time for some of our nation's soldiers.
We're coming from an area of teamwork, of everyone, the person next to you being as good as you and always watching their back. And then when you come back here, you have family who don't understand what you've been through. And that's usually the hardest part, is getting through those first, I'd say, a good 2 years of getting out before you can really get your feet set again.
That's Ryan Grams. He's the Kent County Veteran Services Director and a veteran himself. He says getting veterans who need help back on their feet is their goal, offering a wide range of services for any veteran. That includes anything from helping those veterans navigate through disability services to the Soldiers and Sailors Relief Fund, which is a fund that goes to help veterans when they have unexpected life events happen.
We had a veteran who had cancer. And from the chemotherapy, their teeth had started to go bad. We were able to step in, get his dental work done so they can keep the chemo going, and he's still alive to this day and is in remission.
Those are just many of the services covered by the department, and in some cases, Veteran Services Officer and Air Force veteran Teresa Ergang says many veterans don't even realize the amount of services their department offers.
We have a lot of people who have no idea everything that we do that's available to them, that we want to help them get. We assisted somebody with getting tools for a new job. That was it. That's all he needed. He was borrowing tools. Somebody told him to reach out to our office. He applied for our Soldier Sailor Relief, and we were able to get him tools. And now he has a future.
And for those veterans apprehensive about coming in and getting the help they need, Ergang says the office is filled with people who have been in those veteran shoes before.
All of us are veteran, but we do have 3 civilians who have a heart for veterans. And so I think having this office filled with people who know what they've experienced, have maybe been there in some way, shape, or form, and then having other folks who just, you know what, didn't experience it, but gosh, they have a heart for you. It's comforting.
From important resources to finding a job, finding purpose and a career after the service can be very difficult. For many local veterans, some may feel overlooked as they search for a career. That includes one local vet who says he was being passed up by employers all because he didn't have a college degree.
Robert Smedley spends his days working at Peckham in Grand Rapids, providing IT support. An internet meeting on his desktop at work, and his desk speckled with these medals, serving as a reminder of his time in the military. Robert served in the Army for 15 years and 9 months, with assignments in Korea, Colorado Springs, Germany, and Iraq. During his time, he managed networks for the Army, and at one point, even flew satellites.
So certain times, you do certain things to maintain the health and welfare of the satellite. Being in the position I was in, at the location I was at, we had a special mission, which included flying the satellites.
Robert also served as a warrant officer.
And then where I was at in my job specifically was officer in charge of a facility in Germany that brings in all the communications into Europe. Very large facility.
He was medically retired in 2013, mainly for an aneurysm he suffered in his heart. He eventually found his way back to West Michigan on the job hunt with years of network management experience. But there was one issue employers kept having.
I was told a lot that I didn't qualify, didn't have a degree, which I don't, it's fair, but my experience I think speaks for itself. And I have 100 college credits. It's not like I don't have any college.
Robert eventually found his way to Peckham, where he works now, a place he says took his skills he picked up in the service and got him any certifications he needed to do the job, an effort he says other employers should be more open to doing.
I would say a lot of employers are missing knowledge about what military members can bring. Per job, everyone has leadership training in the military. They're going to show up to work on time, they're going to do their job to the best of their ability. This has all been worked into every military member. You can totally train someone, like in my position, you could totally train me. There's another thing that most veterans have is they're trainable.
For Robert, he found an environment he was able to adapt to, hoping other veterans who are now in the position he once was will get their opportunity too.
Next, we continue down the path of employment and stability and struggles some may face when leaving the service. We highlight another veteran who now works for Kent County Veteran Services. What was a struggle for veteran Reginald Ferrier turned into a career of serving other veterans.
Veteran Services Officer Reginald Ferrier spends his days helping veterans at the Kent County Veterans Center.
I help veterans and or their eligible surviving spouses or eligible dependents, depending on the scenario, apply for benefits from the VA.
As a veteran himself, he knows how important these resources that they provide in their office are.
I am a veteran who was med boarded out of service. So that means for me, I left the service with a disability.
He was originally from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and for family reasons, moved here to Kent County after he left the service. Before he worked at the Veteran Services Department, he was working a different job when one day uncertainty hit.
The main thing that happened is that job closed its doors. I went to the job one day and the next day the door was locked. I ended up being homeless as I was applying for jobs, trying to figure it out, bringing a source of income. I had VA disability coming in for me each month, but that's not enough.
Eventually, Reginald was pushed to go to Kent County Veteran Services.
From there, I applied for a job using one of the programs, and that landed me the position of the Emergency Relief Coordinator who administers the funds to the veterans in the county for unforeseen emergencies.
From helping those veterans battling emergency circumstances to now Veteran Services Officer, helping others who are now in a tough spot is a point of pride for Reginald.
It really is full circle. So a veteran comes in and says, here's my stress, and then not only that, but I trust you to guide me to the right place. Not that you're going to send me on a wild goose chase, but you're actually going to get me to where I need to go. When it happens, it's rewarding.
A rewarding feeling for a veteran, helping other veterans with local resources.
We talked a lot about Kent County Veteran Services. As you heard, there are many resources available to vets that some may not even think about. We have a link to those resources for those veterans on our website, 13onyourside.com. And as Operation Greenlight ends on Veterans Day, we want to encourage you to illuminate your home or business during next year's Operation Greenlight to help show your support. For 13 on Your Side, I'm Tanner Holbrook.